Have you ever wondered if there are other worlds out there just like ours, but with a few key differences? What if someone from one of those worlds accidentally crossed over into ours? Well, today we're diving into a story that might just be evidence of that. It's the perplexing case of the man from Taured. Our story begins in 1954 at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. It was a normal, bustling day until a well-dressed man presented his passport at customs. The passport looked completely authenticate, had stamps from previous travels and official-looking seals. But there was one huge problem. The country listed on his passport was Taured. The customs officials were baffled. They had never heard of a country called Taured. The man, who spoke fluent French and Japanese, insisted it was a real nation located between France and Spain. He pointed to a map showing where Taured should be. But on their map, that spot was occupied by the Principality of Andorra. He became agitated, claiming Taured had existed for over 1,000 years and that he could understand why Andorra was on their map. He even had a driver's license from Taured and currency from several European countries. Everything about him seemed legitimate, except for the one detail that mattered most. His country didn't exist. The authorities were completely stumped. Was this a highly sophisticated hoax, or was this man genuinely confused? They decided to detain him for further questioning. They took him to a nearby hotel and placed him in a room high up with 2 guards stationed outside the door. The room's only window had no balcony and was many floors above the ground. It seemed impossible for him to escape. The officials confiscated his documents, including that mysterious passport, locking them away for safekeeping. They planned to sort everything out in the morning. But when morning came, the mystery only deepened. The guards reported that no one had entered or left the room all night. Yet, when the officials opened the door, the room was empty. The man had vanished without a trace, and it gets even weirder. All of his personal documents, including the passport from Taured that had been securely locked in the airport's security office, were also gone. It was as if he had simply been erased from our reality. An extensive search was launched, but no sign of the mysterious traveler was ever found. He was never seen or heard from again, so what happened to the man from Taured? Some believe he was a time traveler who made a mistake. Others suggest he was a visitor from a parallel universe, one where the country of Andorra is known as Taured. In this theory, he might have briefly slipped through a crack in the fabric of space-time, only to be pulled back into his own dimension. Of course, there are more skeptical explanations. Some argue the story is just an urban legend, a tale that grew more elaborate with each retelling. It's possible it was a simple misunderstanding, perhaps involving a typo or a mispronunciation, that has since been embellished into a paranormal event. No official records from the Japanese immigration authorities in 1954 have ever been found to corroborate the story, which makes it even harder to verify. But whether he was a man from another dimension or the subject of a tall tale, the story of the man from Taured forces us to question the nature of our reality. It's a reminder that there might be more to our world than we can see, and that sometimes the most fascinating stories are the ones that leave us with more questions than answers. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please hit that like button and subscribe for more mysteries. See you next time.